Well, an hour-long rain delay didn't dampen hopes for Jags fans in their first regular season matchup against the Carolina Panthers. Here to tell us about what to take away from the victory is Alessandra Pontbriand, sportscaster at WJXT News for Jags. Nice to have you back, Alessandra.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited that the season is here and that we get to talk about Jaguars football for
Well,
another season.
how was your off season, first of all? It's been a minute since you've been on the show.
Yeah, it was good. Well, you know what? We didn't really have much of an off season
Yeah.
just because with the firing of Doug Peterson, the hiring of Liam Coen, and then Florida men's basketball's national championship. It
You've
was
been
kind of,
busy.
yeah, we've been busy.
Yeah.
But it was good. It was good. I'm happy that football is back,
So,
though.
what were you watching for in this game, and what did you see?
Yeah, I was watching for a clean game, which I mean, there were definitely some mistakes, but putting those aside, I thought it was good. I mean, this was what Jaguars fans have been wanting, have been hoping for, and I thought it was a good game, both offense, defense, and of course Cam Little and special teams.
There was some house cleaning that happened. We've got a lot of new faces out there. Is that net positive?
Oh, 100%. I think Liam Coen, James Gladstone, the general manager, Tony Baselli, EVP, I think they're doing such a good job just changing not only the culture of this team, but of the entire organization. You can feel it when you enter that building.
Mm,
It's not kind of depressing anymore.
mm.
At the end of last season, there was like the vibe in the locker room and in the facility, like it's doomed. Everyone knows what's coming in just a couple of days. So now there was so much positivity. People were laughing and smiling. They actually wanted to talk to us, which was a nice surprise. But yeah, no, it was. I was really happy for them that they got the win and that we got to talk about a victory today.
Yeah, it is good. It is good. And so this was also, I saw Trevor Lawrence's first game since December 1 and the first time he left Everbank with a victory since October 6th. That is a long time.
I know. What is that like? 11 months, which
Yeah.
is insane to think about. I mean, last season, we can finally put that away just because they won this one. And I thought the Panthers were going to put up a little bit more of a fight. But I mean, starting from that opening drive to start the game, he was able to pass to a couple guys. Brenton Strange really led that kind of drive, the tight end, who's going to have probably a very big season for the Jaguars this year.
Mm.
Travis Hunter got his first catch, which is a 10-yard gain. So that was great to see. And yeah, he was definitely commanding of the offense. The offensive line did a phenomenal job, which I don't think we've been able to say in pretty much years. But they did such a great job. And I think the stats just came out for next gen, and he was like the least pressured quarterback, one of the least pressured quarterbacks yesterday. So that's a huge, huge advantage and a huge thing for the offensive line.
Yeah, and people are really excited for Travis Hunter. I think that's just he brings such a novelty to the team, and so that's cool. But um, Trevor Lawrence also, back in the game and not showing any reluctance or hesitancy to kind of get it in there. I mean, he was sent out on a bad tackle, but he was still kind of scrambling for stuff in the game yesterday.
Oh, absolutely. And I think, it's kind of the same thing that you hear from offense and defense is that it's not an overly complicated scheme and they can just go out there. They know what they're trying to do and they're confident in what they're trying to do. And so they have much more of like literally a confidence when they step on the field. And you saw that, especially from the start of the game. Now, in the third quarter, after halftime, there was, he didn't look great in the third quarter, obviously. Like I said, there were mistakes. Penalties were a major factor. But all in all, the Jaguars won, and we haven't been able to say that in a long time,
Yeah.
pretty much. So, I think this definitely was a positive game and a game that Jaguars fans should be proud of. The team should be really proud of. But of course, they need to step it up going into next week.
So what is their season looking like? I mean, we know that the Panthers aren't the greatest,
Yeah.
opponent. I mean, they're not a great team right now. But the Jaguars were looking good. So how is the rest of their schedule?
So the first half of their schedule, besides of course this Panthers win, the first half of their schedule definitely is stacked with really good playoff potential teams. Their second, once they get through that and the bye week, their second half of their schedule, they could win every game. I mean that they're fairly comparable to the Jaguars. It's not as difficult as the first half. So if they can get through this first half before the bye week and they can win a couple of these games, that's going to be great for them because I think the second half, they should be able to win most of them, if not all of them.
And so what is up next? They're in Cincinnati?
Yeah, they're going to the Bengals next. So the competition is being turned up a lot. Obviously, the Bengals are much better than the Panthers. So we'll see what they do. And it's their first away game. So under new head coach Liam Coen. So that may be changing how they travel or, what happens when they get there. So they'll have to work through those kinks. Of course, they have the preseason, the 2 away games in the preseason that they kind of use that as a dress rehearsal. But now these games actually matter. So we'll have to see what happens next week.
They do matter. So next home game, 1 p.m. on Sunday. Alessandra, it's so fun to have you back.
I know. I'm so excited. Victory Monday. And, the Jaguars looked really good. Hopefully, this can be a fun